like a girl. If I was born a genetic female, I want to know that I kind of got down what I felt like I would look like.
Right. I wanted natural looking breasts. I want them to sag and have a slope. That's what I want. I want them to be soft. I don't want them to be sitting up to my neck. I don't want
if I shake, my booty moves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If I want to dance a little bit, my ass moves and it doesn't be stiff and all that. It's a certain type of look that I wanted to go for.
Didn't want really big cheeks. You know,
Right.
it was more so about rounding it out instead of
blowing it up. And I know a lot of girls that it's like they just don't get it. They have a standard for female beauty, and they don't see their flaws. They don't accept their flaws. They don't want to. Maybe they've been through a million surgeries, and they still have to advance, and they think that they don't, but they just don't. They just either can't see it, or
that much in denial.
Or
I think it has to either be an insanity or a denial of, or even, I don't know if it's a denial, but it's more so like a urgency. Like, I'm so urgent to look a certain way that I don't care how I get there, I'm going to get there. And if you don't think that I'm hot, then I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I know some girls
there's a difference between confidence in your look and being stupid. Like, I know you guys have seen these girls who look like they woke up and they're little boys and they just put wigs on. You know what I'm saying? And they think they're the most fishiest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, baby. Yes, you know what I'm saying? You got a little bit of this, maybe you might have some good things about you, but baby, you still got a long way to go. You gotta say, hey, these are my flaws.
I'm growing.
I'm 19 years old, or some people are in their 30s and still thinking,
And you'd be like, and you don't want to look at, because I know I'm a nice person, and I like to, I don't judge people. I let you live how you live. That's who you are. That's who you are. But there's certain people that I know that are just like, they'll say, oh, well, this is this and this is that, and I look this way, and you're just looking at them like, oh, it ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? You still got stuff to, but I'm not the kind of girl that, I'm not a crown crusher. Like,
right, I'm not trying to bust your bubble.
Yeah, I'm not a crown crusher, so I'm not going to say nothing.
If you're not my friend, normally, if you're not my friend, I'm not going to comment on your flaws, your positive, well, if you look good, I'm going to say you look good. But if your flaws, I'm not going to comment on them, because first of all, I might see something that you don't see, and I don't want you to be self-conscious about it. If I see that you got some stuff going on that's wrong, and I tell you about it, I might make you self-conscious, and I don't want to do that, because I don't like people to do that to me. But if we are friends and you ask me, or maybe we're not friends and you just come and ask me because maybe you admire me or you want to know my opinion, I'm going to come to you real, and I'm going to look at you, and I'm going to say, and I'm going to examine you, and I'm going to say, this is what I see wrong. This is what I think you should do. This is what I think your flaws are. Some of them you may not agree with. Some of them,
but because you asked,
I'm giving you the honest opinion.
Be able to those girls who ask, be able to accept constructive criticism. If you've asked and you put yourself out there for someone to say something about you, or you ask someone, what do you see that you think physically is wrong with me? And if someone says, well, this is what they think, take it for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? Don't just, don't be like, oh, well, well, then now I think this is wrong with you, and this, and they start making up stuff, like, and you're like, girl, I thought you just told me the other day that, this is
right, don't take it as an attack.
Yeah, but here you are, going through, well, this is this, and this is that, and you're like, well, girl, you asked me, you know what I'm saying? I didn't ask you, but girl, honey, whatever. I've accepted who I am, so you can say whatever you want to say and do whatever you want to do, but I know what I do.
And then the person who is getting asked a question, and if you're giving an honest answer, make sure you're not feeding them lies.
Exactly.
Be honest. If you don't lie about anything. Don't say something is sickening and it's not.
A lot of times I don't say nothing.
Right. If I think you're rude,
I won't say nothing. I'll be like, oh, I know that's real. I'll say something like that. Word. I'll encourage whatever you got going on. If you, I'm not gonna say, ooh, girl, no, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna say, word, mamas, that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? Live for it, because I'm not a judgmental person, and I rather pat you on your head than reach down your throat and pull your love out. So I'll let you live in whatever world that you're in, because I think it just gets, we get enough people telling us stuff is wrong, from the beginning of this is wrong and that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So
enough people judging you.
Exactly.
But if you ask for it,
you ask for it, you get it.
I'm gonna give it to you.
I'm probably not gonna give it to you even if you ask me, because I know how people are, and I know that a lot of times I don't want to even deal with I don't even want to deal with them and going through, because people love talking to me, and so I'll be like, I don't want to be the person that you feel like you can't, because I know a lot of times people feel like they can't talk to people who have said something negative about them in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? So you really have to take,
and not to say that Thailand is fake. Mm-hmm. Not to say that she's fake, but people like talking to me that people who appreciate honesty and mm-hmm. bluntness. Mm-hmm. Thailand is selective about how blunt and honest she is, mm-hmm. because she doesn't want to hurt people's feelings. Me, I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to be selective about the words that I use, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you...
I'd rather refrain. I'll be quiet.
Right, she'd rather not say nothing. If you ask me, I'm going to say my opinion. And some people think that's rude, some people think that's tacky, but my thing is, I'm going to be selective about the words that I use. I'm not just going to say, oh, bitch, you're disgusting looking. No, it's not going to be that. It's not going to be that harsh. I'm going to be selective about the words that I use, but it's going to be honest.
But I think because she's so witty and word-wise, I think sometimes even those ways still find ways to offend someone.
But they be honest, and
it's still like, ooh. It's like sometimes there's a really, really good way to say something, and like I've heard her talk to people, and I'd be like, ooh, I like, and she said it in the nicest way possible, but it's still like like a little knife. It's not like the butcher knife, but it's still like a little knife. It's in,
But once again, I was asked, so it's like, if you asked me, I'm gonna give you it raw and uncut. So that's what's the deal. I think that girls should judge other girls by the standards that they judge themselves. Exactly. I see so many hard-looking little niggas in wigs that look at another girl and be calling her all kinds of hard little niggas in wigs. If you think you're fishy and you are running around with track star legs and arms and body, why can't this girl be fishy? But you're trying to read this girl, but you're looking like, you're on the same level as her. I never really understand. You shouldn't be reading either.
And this goes to switching around to the girls who have work done and are looking fishy or whatever, and are surfed out and all that kind of stuff too. We too can't look at the harder girls, the girls who aren't advanced to your level yet either, because you maybe once were that way too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You were that way. Exactly. You were that way too at one point in time.